92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
I feel really bad for the guy who's on the phone to do a second date update today.
Really?
Not only bad, but I'm also impressed by his bravery. I read his email about what happened on his date, and I'm frankly surprised that he would be willing to tell this story to anybody, let alone do it on a radio show.
Yes.
Matt, how you doing?
Man, I got a weird mix of emotions because I feel like I'm throwing a Hail Mary here, and I know it's a long shot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The description of what happened on your date is amazing to me. And like I said, I commend your bravery for being willing to talk about this.
I mean, this is like I've lived a life where I've done embarrassing things. This has got to be the most embarrassing
That bad?
that I can think of.
Why don't you tell your story there, Matt?
All right. So, I meet this really, really nice girl online.
Uh-huh.
Name's Amanda, and we agreed to go to this restaurant. And the whole deal was there's a seasonal festival going on I really wanted to go to. I was like, this would be so much fun. So I just kind of picked a restaurant near the festival because I wasn't sure if we were going to get to eat. I'm like, I didn't want to be hungry at this festival. I just wanted to be in a good mood. So we go, and it's great. It's my kind of place, laid back. It's got good food and big portions. I like big portions. So
I love how men pick restaurants. You don't have to dress up and I can eat a lot.
well, I wanted to see because she kept saying, like, all our profile and stuff like that, she's laid back and just like to have fun. And, like, I was hoping that translated to just like to eat. And we ordered cheesy fries. They were massive. She dug in with me, like, it was, oh, good, cool, it's going to be fun. We can, like, eat together.
I want to get to what happened and the reason why you think she's not calling you back.
Yeah, but hold on. I didn't even tell you about the steak. The steak was incredible. Like, I really thought this was going to be like an average steak. You don't understand. I went back and shook hands with the chef. That's how good the steak was.
Wow.
This was incredible.
Whoa.
I have not had a steak at a restaurant this good for the price.
Were you excited about your
Is
date?
this a second date or a commercial for this restaurant?
I'm just telling you, this was the one good part. And sometimes I'll go on dates and I'll love the food and I'll feel shamed by my date. But she didn't do that. She was just like, yeah, cool, I like a guy who can eat.
Why are you eating so much food? Jeez.
All right, because I hadn't eaten all day, and it's a festival. We're going to walk around a long time. I didn't want to just be hungry, while we're at the festival, because I can get kind of grumpy. So I wanted to be on my A game and fill my belly.
Oh my God, chili cheese fries and steak is already enough.
Hey, I didn't even tell you about the dessert.
My God.
So we get one of those giant, like, ice cream brownie sundae things.
Oh my
And
gosh.
all I'm going to say, I know you don't want me to, like, go on and on and on, but, oh, my gosh, that whipped cream, it was like, I don't know. It was like there was a group of people in the back that were making it by hand, and that was their only job, was just to make this whipped cream. I mean,
After reading your email, how in the world can you still be talking about the food with the situation that happened after you ate?
I want to know what happened.
You do want to know what
I just need
happened.
to understand, like, I was so happy. This is the happiest I'd been on a date at this point.
All right.
And so, like, that's why. So, like, we ate. This is great. Let's go. So it's just like we're walking. I start burbling. My stomach starts burbling. I'm like, oh no, I gotta go. I should have gone. There's like we're kind of far from the restaurant now.
Uh-huh.
Like, just like want to keep moving, and I didn't really want to say anything. You know what I mean? I just didn't feel comfortable yet saying, oh, I just gotta drop a giant deuce. So, like,
Yeah, it's usually bad first date etiquette to bring that up.
Yes.
I didn't want to do that. So, like, we walked by this department store, and I was like, oh, yeah, I forgot. I got to buy a gift for one of my coworkers. I'll just go in here real quick because it's tomorrow. It's like an only chance if I don't buy it now. So I knew I'll just be in and out real quick. And so I go in, and the bathroom is on, like, the 5th floor. It's, like, escalators. So I'm, like, running up the escalators, like, carefully, because now I'm at the point where it's very sensitive, and I can just lose it all.
Oh my God.
Any second, I can feel it. And so I'm just
So much
so
graphic
careful.
detail.
Like that run you do when you're trying to be careful not to spill it.
Yeah.
So
I don't.
I get up there. I get to the 5th floor. I'm so excited. And there's a guy with a mop, and he's cleaning. And he's like, you're not coming in here.
Oh, no.
And then, like, there's the women's bathroom. I could go in the women's bathroom, but, like, a woman goes in, and I'm not going to go in while there's a woman in there. That's just so...
You don't need like assault charges or indecency charges on your first date.
So I'm like, okay, I can hold it a little bit longer. So I run and clinch down. I'm running and clinching. I'm going down the escalators. I run out the front. She's like, what are you doing? Are you done? I was like, I gotta go. I'll be right back. And I'm like running back to the restaurant. It's like, you know what? I paid there. I can go. I can use the bathroom. And by the time I get to the restaurant, I got a pretty good sprint coming on. And everything I have to hold this in. I burst the door open. It knocks over this old man. The old man falls to the floor. I don't stop. Someone says, he knocked over an old man. I don't have time to apologize or stop. I go to the bathroom, and I just go in, and I'm like a sweating, heaving mess of shame. And I sit there on the pot, and I just I destroyed that bathroom.
Oh my God.
I was disgusted by myself on so many levels. And I'm just sitting there, and it's like taking so long. I just wanted to go fast, like 15 minutes, which is such a long time.
Especially after you've run up to the top of a department store and then sprinted back down, sprinted by your date, and she's like, where are you going?
So, yeah, she's texting me. She's like, what's going on? What's going on? It's like, it's fine. I'll be right back. And I was like, I'm good. I'm like done. And I stand up, and I look at my pants, and I had splattered my pants in the process.
What?
And I was like, this is not going to work.
Did you just say
Disgusting.
I don't get it. You didn't realize that you pooped your pants before you went into the bathroom?
I was in a dark place. I don't know how to explain. This was not like a normal situation. I mean, I'm in there freaking out about knocking over this man. I was like, I gotta go home. I gotta go home and get a change of pants.
Do you live close to this place?
No, I live like 10 minutes away if there's no light.
Oh,
You know what I mean? So I went out the back door of this restaurant because I don't want to run into this old man or his family or anyone. So I go out the back door and I drive home. I barely, I get home. I change my pants. She texts me, "Screw you! I can't believe you ditched me." And I was like, "Oh no."
And is that the last thing you heard from her?
Yeah, because I knew there's no coming back from that. I didn't know what to do. I just,
Did you try to apologize and explain what happened?
I mean, I said I'm sorry, but I knew that if I did a lot, I felt like it would make it worse. So I just said I was sorry.
Oh my God, my brain is still spitting from your really detailed story about pooping yourself. Why would you ever think it's okay to leave a woman on the street for how long?
In the end, it was 35, 40 minutes.
Yeah. No wonder she's not calling you back. I mean, you know what happened, obviously.
Yeah, I know. That's why that's why I said Hail Mary at the beginning of this conversation. But I had such a good time. You have to understand, she really is cool.
Okay.
I met this really cool girl who's fun and has a good sense of humor. And for some reason, I just freaked out.
Well, you're going to have to see how cool she is when we get her on the phone and you tell her the actual story of what happened.
Oh, I don't know. I don't want to tell her all the details. We just tell her generally what happened, and then see if she'll go out with me again. We don't have to give every example.
I'm just going to take this first part where we're talking right now. We recorded your story and play that back for her. Have her listen to that.
No. Please don't do that.
All right. We'll play a song. Come back.
I
Call
love
her.
you guys. I'm a big fan of you. Please.
All right. Hey, you're going to have to tell her a little bit, but we'll do it after this song. We'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, okay?
All right. Thank you, guys.
All right. Hang on, man.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just tuning in for today's second date update, Matt is on the phone. And yes, if you missed Matt explaining what happened on his first date, it was rather embarrassing. Long story short, he had to go to the bathroom really bad after they had dinner. Tried to find a restroom, didn't tell her what he was doing because he was embarrassed. Ran to the top of a department store, bathroom was closed there, sprinted down the stairs and past her. She didn't know where he was going. Into a restaurant, knocked over an old dude on the way, and people yelled hey, that guy has knocked over this old guy, but he was in a very bad place, so he had to go straight to the bathroom. He ended up going, took him about 15 minutes, and then he realized that he accidentally had an accident on his pants. So he tried to go home to change his pants, and at that point, she texted him and was like, "It's obvious that you ditched me," and she hasn't talked to him since. We're about to get her on the phone and see if Matt can somehow salvage what happened and get a second date. Matt, are you ready to go?
As ready as I'm going to be.
Matt, you do realize the last image she has of you is you sprinting away from her on the street. It's not even that you just ditched her, you ran from her.
Ran away from her.
Yeah.
No, it's not good. It's the worst. It's the worst it could be. It really is. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. Good luck to you, man. I don't know how you're going to get a second date out of this one.
Especially when he's like, no, you don't get it. I pooped my pants.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
Now
It's not as bad. It wasn't you. It's just that I have no control over my bowels. Would you like to go out again and try this over? All right. I'm going to dial the phone number right now. Get her on the phone, okay?
If you guys don't mind vouching for me that I'm a good guy, that would be great.
Sure. I'll tell her
I
we're
don't-
longtime personal friends and that you're a great dude.
You're such
That
a
would
liar.
be amazing.
Okay. I'm going to dial the phone number right now. Here we go.
Hello.
Hi, can I speak to Amanda, please?
This is.
Hello, Amanda. How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show. We host a morning radio show, and one of our listeners actually emailed us about you to see if we could get you on the phone.
About me?
Mm-hmm. It's called the Second Date Update. Basically, if you go out on a date with somebody and don't call them back after the date, they email us to see if we can get you on the phone and find out what went wrong. I think we kind of know what went wrong on your date. But I could be wrong. The guy that emailed us, his name is Matt.
He wanted you to call me?
Yes, he did.
I can't even imagine why.
Yeah, he said that he really enjoyed your date.
Well, that's pretty interesting, because he's the one that ditched me, so I'm not really sure.
Amanda, what if I told you that he had a really good reason for having to leave your date?
I don't think there is a good reason. There's pretty much nothing that could make me say, oh, that makes sense.
Really? I think if you heard his story, you might actually be happy that he didn't come back to you.
I can't even imagine that there is some excuse good enough for him ditching me, leaving me standing there by myself to find my own ride home.
Well, why don't I let him tell you? Because he's actually on the other line listening and then wants to talk to you because he feels really bad about what happened on your date.
Right now?
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not. Matt?
Hi, Amanda.
What do you want?
I just want to apologize and explain what happened, because I know that it seems like I ditched you, and I didn't ditch you.
Matt, you did ditch me. I was standing there for a very long time by myself, and that means that you ditched me.
No, I know. Like, I've been ditched lots of times before, and I understand what it feels like. It's terrible and feel that way. I had an emergency, and I didn't know how to explain it at the time. There wasn't a way that would have been
okay,
bad.
it was weird
So
enough
stop.
that you left me standing there to go buy a present or whatever, and then you came back and ran right past me.
Yeah.
What's your emergency? I can't even understand why this... what's your emergency?
Okay, so remember when we were at the restaurant, how much food I ate?
Yes, I
I
do.
ate a lot of food.
Lot of food.
Okay. Yeah. So I hadn't eaten all day, and so I had to go, like, worse than I ever have in my life. Completely unprecedented. Did not know how to
Like,
deal
to
with
the
it.
bathroom?
To the bathroom. I'm trying to be polite. To the bathroom. Number 2, I had to go, like, emergency, like, code red.
Okay,
pain.
so as
Like,
adults,
yeah.
you couldn't say, like, when we're in the restaurant, excuse me, I'm going to go to the bathroom.
But, see, I didn't have to go at that point. I only had to go when we were walking. So I was like, I got to go now. And it's,
We passed a coffee shop. You could have said, let's grab a coffee and gone to the bathroom there.
I know.
We're not in second grade. I don't understand why you couldn't have just handled it.
I mean, what am I supposed to do here? Is turn to you and be like, hey, I'm about to crap my pants. I'm on a first date with you. You know, I didn't want to, like, I don't know. Maybe I think that was...
I definitely
like a nice
appreciate that you
person.
didn't say that, but you could have said something. You could have done anything. Hey, let's go in here together and run away to the bathroom.
What do you, I wouldn't ask you to come into the bathroom while I have to do that. That's like...
Okay, Matt, okay. I'm not trying to be so literal here. I'm just saying we could have gone into the building structure at the same time so I wasn't standing outside on the street wondering where you were.
That would have made sense. That would have made much more sense.
It was
than
really
what happened.
upsetting. I was having a good time, and I was so frustrated. Then I was cold. Then I got embarrassed because I was completely ditched. I went through so many emotions in that half an hour that should never happen on a first date.
I know. I went through a lot of emotions too, and I feel terrible.
So you're the victim of this whole thing? I'm the one that was
No,
You're
you're the victim. I'm sorry. No, you're the victim. My
I
emotions
was the
don't
one that
matter.
was ditched.
That's not the point.
You're the one that had the issues. I was ditched. I'm the
No,
one that went
no.
home and told my friends I will never do internet dating again because look what this guy did to me. I'm the one.
You know what?
not
I
you.
figured that. I figured you were probably telling your friends, and that's fine. You should tell everyone. I understand that. I want to go on another date with you, and I don't care if that's the story
kidding
that
me?
always gets told.
If the bathroom was what you were trying to do and you had to go do it, why wouldn't you come back? We were going to go to the fair. I don't get that. I don't understand.
In all honesty, the reason I didn't come back is that I my pants.
Oh, my God.
And I had to go home.
Are you kidding me? I feel like I'm talking to a
I'm telling
child
you the
right
truth.
now.
I'm telling you the truth.
Okay, well,
I'm a truth teller.
sometimes, and I've never said this out loud, but sometimes it's better to lie than give that many details.
So, Amanda,
This is
you'd
how we figured that
prefer.
out. I mean, I don't know that about you, so this is how I figured that
Well,
out. I don't know. Now I know that.
I would rather anything but knowing that you... I can't even say it. Like, come on.
Amanda, that's what happened. Hey, at least he's honest. You know that.
Okay.
He told us about your date. Said that he loved going out with you. He really enjoyed it and thought you were awesome. But he had an unfortunate situation where his body was not working with him. And he kind of ruined his pants. And he tried to go home and do this all in a timely manner.
gosh.
But at that point, you were done.
And I don't even tell you, I knocked out an old man, too, when I opened the door. And everyone hated me. Everyone hated me.
Crapped your pants.
I'll tell you everything.
You crapped your pants. You knocked an old man down. You ditched a girl you claimed to be having a good time with. And you never communicated any of this with anybody. I'm going to say you have some issues, and I'm not ready to go out again. It's not going to happen.
Amanda, are you sure? Because I would like to ask if you'll go out on a second date with Matt. We will pay for it.
Come on.
I don't think it's going to be a good idea.
Weird. From the recap that you just said, it sounded like a fantastic time.
Dream
I'm
date.
surprised that you're saying no.
Look, that's all that's true. All that's true. And good news is, you know that the worst it could go with me is that. That's the bottom. And that's
Wait a minute.
not a normal bottom.
I'm sorry,
That's
I can't let you finish. If that's the first date, how is this the worst that it's going to be? It's supposed to be the very best ever.
Oh, but it's all uphill from here, Amanda.
Siding with him. I don't understand this.
Stuff happens, bro.
Whatever. If a girl crapped her pants on a date, none of you would ever talk to her again.
Yeah, that's very true.
I would. I absolutely would. I'd feel so much more comfortable if a girl crapped her pants or burped or did anything gross. I'd be like, that's
Well,
awesome.
you would. You would, because that's your thing.
It was just one time.
All right, well, so Amanda, no, you don't want to go out with him again.
It's not going to happen. I will use it as an example of what not to do for the rest of my life.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
If the bathroom was what you were trying to do and you had to go do it, why wouldn't you come back? We were going to go to the fair. I don't get that. I don't understand.
In all honesty, the reason I didn't come back is that I my pants.
Oh, my God.
That was a clip from today's second date update. If you missed it, Matt wanted to call this girl Amanda. He knew exactly why she wasn't calling back. She didn't know that he had an accident during the date. But what did happen was they went out to eat, and then they were walking somewhere. He had to go really bad. He tried to go to one bathroom. It was closed. Then had to sprint past her to go to a restaurant's bathroom. Ended up actually getting some on his pants and then tried to go home to change them. But basically ended up ditching her for 40 minutes while he tried to figure the whole situation out. She texted him and was like, I'm done with the date. We got her on the phone. She still didn't want to go out with him because he just ditched her instead of being honest, hey, had a little bit of an accident. Maybe we could reschedule this for next time. But people are texting in at 78592, and they're totally on his side. Almost every single text that has come in say, oh my God, he's adorable. Crappy pants or not, I'll go out with him.
How are people okay with adults pooping themselves on a first
Well,
date?
it happens.
No,
It
it doesn't happen. I've never pooped myself.
Well-
yes, I have to go to the bathroom sometimes, but I've never
live a
done
little,
it in my pants.
Happens more than you think. Another text in at 78592 says, I think Amanda should have given him a second chance. She's being way too hard of him. On him. No one can control what happens to their bodies sometimes.
But even if he never texted her once in those 40 minutes saying, hold on, I had an emergency, I have to run home. He never, she
I
was
think
just
either way.
standing there
Freaking
without
out.
any knowledge
Yeah, I
of
wouldn't know how to
anything.
handle that either, because if you're honest, she's like, ooh, gross, I don't want to see this guy again.
Just say you had an emergency.
Yeah.
You don't have to go into detail
No,
about
how
what
fake does
happened
that
to your
sound?
pants.
How
Yeah.
fake does that sound? You run past her head.
It sounds like you're lying.
Yeah, you
Oh,
know.
So
my
either
God,
way, he's
guys.
screwed. But good news is, a lot of people texting in at 78592 would love to date Mr. Crappy Pants, so that's good. Remember, if you want a second date update, all you have to do is just email us. We'll call the person who didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
A listener named Nicole is on the phone today to do a second date update, and she said in her email that the guy she wants to call today, she liked him because he's cultured. So I'm guessing, Nicole, that he's the type of dude that likes to put mayonnaise on his hot dog. Huh?
That's not
Culture.
No.
Yeah, very fancy dude.
I mean, if we were talking Miracle Whip, maybe.
I don't know. We never ate hot dogs together, so I can't really say, but that wasn't exactly.
How cultured is this guy then? Do you guys eat something other than hot dogs on a first date?
He lived in France for like 8 years.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
They have hot dogs
So
out
he's
there.
super well traveled and he's a man of the world.
Super well traveled. He loves to do a ton of adventurous things. Like, he loves to ski. Specifically, he calls it alpine skiing, which I've never heard anyone say that before. Like he's just very rich with his like things that he loves to do. You know?
Is he rich with money too?
I don't know.
Oh,
I never
okay.
found out.
And how did you meet this man?
We actually met online on a dating website.
Oh,
Okay.
not an alpine skiing enthusiast blog.
I actually have never skied before, which he doesn't know. But
You're like, the powder. Yeah,
Alpine's
powder.
the best.
I like a lot of going downhill.
So, who chose who on the website? Did you make the first contact or did he?
yeah, I actually reached out to him because I was reading through his profile and I saw that he loved to travel, and that's actually like a huge thing for me. Like I love traveling. I've been to Iceland, France, Italy, Germany, Switzerland, Austria. I love traveling. So when I saw that he lived in France for 8 years, I was like, I have to meet this dude. I have to.
And what did you think the first time you laid eyes on him?
Okay, well, this is how the date started, which is actually kind of embarrassing. I saw him on the picture online, thought he was very cute. Like, I know what he looks like.
Mm-hmm.
I got to the restaurant first, and I was waiting at the bar for us to get our table, and someone came up to me and said hi, and I said, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm actually waiting for someone. And then there was like this awkward moment, and then I was like, oh my God, it's Aaron. I didn't realize it was him.
Oh, it's him?
So you thought just some random dude was coming up to hit on you, and you're like, oh,
Yeah,
God,
I
not
don't know.
again.
I was really nervous. I was really in my thoughts, and I was like, okay, really excited to meet this guy. And I don't know what it was. I wasn't expecting it in that moment, so I didn't realize it was him. And yeah, it was awkward.
Did he not look like his picture?
No, he did. He looked like his picture. I think it was just, it's like dark lighting in the restaurant, and I don't know. I just was in my thoughts of like, okay, be cool, Nicole, be cool. Like, that's on a great date. And then he walked up to me, and I just wasn't expecting it. So that got things off on a weird start. I'll admit it.
Plus, he didn't say bonjour, so I'm sure that totally threw you off.
That's it. Yeah, that's what I was expecting.
He was cool about that, though, right?
No, he was. He laughed, and he made some joke about like, how many dates are you going on tonight? And I was like, no, that's not it. And it was fun. But yeah, when it first started, I was very embarrassed.
So, how was the date though? Like, how was the conversation?
Okay, I thought it was great. Like, you know how most first dates is just very like, so what do you do for a living? I do this, and it's kind of like just stiff, like small talk. Like, because he was in France, we talked about how I just recently traveled there. I was just in Cannes, and I went to a film festival, and I swam in the Mediterranean, and we went back and forth and just bonded over like how beautiful the country was. And I don't know, I felt like a really awesome connection with him.
Can I ask,
Yeah.
is it Cannes or is it the Cannes Film Festival?
Well, it's a festival in Cannes, France.
Yeah, but the pronunciation, is it con or can?
It's been driving me nuts my whole life, and I've never been there.
Yeah, it's Cannes. It's Cannes.
So if you say con, are you being pretentious?
You're just being American.
Oh, all right. I thought it was the other way around that was American. Like, I'm going to the Cannes Film Festival. Anyway, so you guys bonded over that. Anything else interesting from the date that we should know about?
At the end, I thought I was making a really fun joke because I thought it went really well. When we were saying goodbye, I asked for a French kiss because he's from France. I thought I was being really bold, and I thought things went well, but he kind of just laughed, and he was like, that was a funny joke, and then just hugged me.
Ouch. Ouch. That must have hurt.
You asked for a kiss in the cutest way
Yeah.
possible that you could think of, and he was like, that's funny.
Yeah.
How did you recover from that, or did you?
I just told myself, like, not everyone wants to kiss on the first date, and maybe that's just not his thing. And I walked away still feeling pretty good until I haven't heard from him for a week. So
And how many times have you tried to call him?
I called him twice, and his phone has been off. And then I sent a couple texts just to be like, are you still alive? And nothing. So that's why I reached out to you guys.
Yeah, that's quite a bit.
And his name is Aaron, you said?
Yeah, Aaron.
All right, well, we'll play a song, come back, call Aaron, and get your second date update, okay?
Okay, thank you guys.
Yeah, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second Date Update.
If you're just joining us for today's second date update, Nicole is on the phone and she wants to call a guy named Aaron. The two of them bonded over their love of France. They went out to dinner and talked about how they both have traveled there and experienced the Champs-Élysées, Versailles,
Yeah,
and then
gorgeous.
walked around the Louvre Museum
Yeah.
and checked that out for a bit. Just two cultured individuals talking about what they saw over there in Francois. Nicole?
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 Yes, yes. Oh,
Did-
I'm here.
did it-
I was really enjoying the music.
Did it feel like you were out to dinner with Aaron all over again, the way that I was speaking?
Yeah, that definitely did.
I, too, am a very cultured individual. So, Nicole met Aaron online. They both have traveled a lot. They bonded over that. They went out to dinner. But at the end of the night, she said, hey, how about a French kiss? I get it, because we've both been to France. And he said, that's a funny joke, and gave her a hug. So, no kiss. And now no phone call for over a week. So we're going to get him on the phone and see if we can find out why. I'm going to dial his phone number right now and see if he picks up, okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Hello,
Hi, I was looking for Aaron.
this is Aaron.
Aaron, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
I'm okay. From where?
Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, it's a radio show.
Oh, I only listen to NPR. Sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah.
We're kind of the
It's
same.
okay. No, we're not
If you
at all.
if you add a like NPR plus Justin Bieber plus fart jokes.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm not familiar. How can I help you?
Well, I'm calling you today because a listener to our show actually emailed us to see if we could get you on the phone.
A listener. Okay. I don't know anyone who might listen to you, but sure.
Well, you do actually know one person who listens to us. Her name is Nicole, and you guys went out on a date the other day.
Yeah. I know Nicole. I blocked her.
Wait, you what?
I blocked her from everything. Social, her number. Yeah.
Why would you block her?
her?
How is that any business of yours?
Well, because she emailed us and wanted us to get in touch with you because we do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. That's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then don't call them afterwards, they email us to see if we can get you on the phone and ask what went wrong. So she was curious why you weren't calling her back, and I guess we know now that you've blocked her, but she wanted to know why.
Oh, so you're gonna tell her?
Yeah, that's the whole point. We get the info from you and then we pass it along to her.
Okay, I think this could be good for her to know, actually.
Okay, so what would you like us to tell Nicole?
Well, tell Nicole that it's been done, it's been played out, and she needs to shake it up a little bit.
Is she like harassing you or something, and that's why you blocked her? Is that what you mean by it's been played out or something?
No, I mean, tell her that she needs to stop being so average.
What?
Being so average.
That
Okay,
was
Very average.
What about
That
her
was
is
mean.
so average?
I mean, not to be mean, I mean, it's just how she is, but, you know, it's the same American thing, the girl who thinks she likes to travel and is so cultured, but really isn't.
So wait, you blocked her from all social media and everything on the internet because you think that she's average and isn't well cultured enough?
I'll give you an example. You know, she said she's well-traveled, and she says, you know, France is her favorite place to go, and she says the most incredible place to go in France is Paris. And then she, like, flashes her stupid Eiffel Tower keychain. I was just not impressed.
You were not impressed that she liked Paris?
Not at all. Every American woman says they love Paris.
So what if she Paris is an awesome city. So what?
Paris was an awesome city in the 19th century.
So
I mean,
Paris is not awesome anymore.
no, I mean, most people, you know, you say Lyon or you say Dijon, but I mean, Paris was a while ago. We did that.
Whatever you said to me just sounded like mustard. That's all. So,
It's a city.
yeah, I don't know where you're talking about.
I mean, you get the gist. She's an American girl, says she loves to travel, and she's just skimmed the surface, and I wasn't that impressed with it, and frankly, I didn't have the patience for it.
You sound super condescending. Like, can't you just understand that, one, she's trying to connect with you on a level where she knows you have interests?
Connects with me over Paris. I find that very funny.
Whoa.
Paris is cool.
Yeah, I guess, okay. Well, if I ever take a trip to France, I know not to go to Paris now, right?
I mean, you can fly to Paris and buy a croissant and go to the top of the Eiffel Tower, and you're still not a world traveler.
What are you talking? There's some people that I know that has never even been out of the country. I mean, good for her for
I pity those
making it.
people.
Okay.
Just like you pity Nicole, it
Yeah.
sounds like.
Exactly.
All right, well, Aaron, thank you for sharing. I need to share with you that Nicole is actually on the other line and wants to talk to you.
Wait, right now?
Yes, right now.
Right now.
Yes, Nicole?
Hey, Aaron, it's that basic chick you went on a date with. I'm so embarrassed right now. I swear to God, he was not this pretentious on our date, okay? Like, he was a cultured person. He was not this condescending. This is not who I thought you were, Aaron.
How would you remotely know that I'm cultured if you're not close to that?
It's like, you're talking to me as if we didn't converse at all tonight. I told you, I've been to many, many countries. You've lived in Paris for 8 years. I've traveled to France, Italy, Austria, Switzerland. Like, I've been many places. How can you say that?
Just stop talking. I don't need to hear, your passport stamp to the world. I heard you say it once on our date, and I don't need to hear it a second time.
Oh my gosh.
Gosh.
I don't understand. Like, who do you think you are? Do you think that you're like some prince or something? I mean, why do you think that you're so incredible?
Well, I actually do have a little bit of royal ancestry and blood, but
Oh my God.
but I don't like to talk about it much.
Well, why would you? That's kind of showing off at that point, Aaron.
Well,
Look, Aaron, all I have to say is, like, if you plan on ever finding love in this life, you've got to change because you're being a huge pretentious jerk right now.
I'll think about that next time I'm flying on my jet to Megève with my family to ski, and you're at some senior fraud trying to buy a shot glass. Tell everyone you went to Puerto Vallarta.
My God.
Oh my God. I can't believe I actually like you.
And you didn't see any of this on your date with him?
No, he totally hoodwinked me. I thought that he was a really sweet gentleman. I don't know, he must have real game or something.
I actually was a gentleman. It was excruciating to sit there for 2 hours or whatever, and I laughed on the inside. And frankly, I think I'm done.
Whoa.
Well, that makes two of us, Aaron. Finally, we have something actually in common because we are both done. I do not ever want to speak to you again.
Oh, well, that came as a shock.
And Nicole, before you go, it's pronounced can, not can.
You know what, Aaron? Why don't you go suck your own because no woman is ever going to do it for you, okay?
Oh my God. I just fell in love with Nicole. Oh my God.
Aaron, you seem cultured enough. Are you able to do that? Because I've heard that Frenchmen can do that to themselves.
As every
Wow.
man should.
This is the reason I don't listen to terrestrial radio.
Well, thank you for being on terrestrial radio for a few minutes. Appreciate your feedback, Aaron. Nicole, I didn't even get to ask if you'd go on a second date with you.
I think you know the answer.
Well, I don't.
I'm honestly so sorry you had to deal with him, guys. I'm very embarrassed right now.
That's all right. So what are you gonna do now?
I'm just so angry. I just want to find him and just hit him over the head with a baguette or something.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592 that says, if that guy's so classy, why is he meeting up in a bar with a woman he's meeting on social media? Good point. He should be finding them somewhere else. Because he's very refined.
You should go to the art gallery.
If you missed today's second date update, Nicole wanted to call a guy named Aaron. While they were out on their date, they bonded about how they both like to travel. Well, she thought they bonded about how they both like to travel, but apparently she's very basic when it comes to traveling, and he knows because he grew up in Europe. So the fact that she liked Paris was just ridiculous because, of course, every American woman likes Paris. Actually, get out and experience the country, you idiot.
Which is so stupid because, like, even here in America, like, I think it's really cool to go to New York City still. And it's kind of
You
the same.
would.
Yeah.
You would.
The same thing.
Try going to Kentucky. All right, go to actual America and experience it for once.
Everyone goes to New York.
You're so lame with your New York keychain. Would you go to the Times Square as well? Ooh, the bright lights. Yeah, shiny things often hold my attention because I'm an idiot. No, thank you. Was basically how he acted the whole time.
You could.
He really was.
You could hang out with him.
Maybe I should.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you two are actually BFFs and you didn't know it.
He actually got offended because she had an Eiffel Tower like keychain.
Yeah,
Which is so weird.
Oh,
man.
yeah. Buy a trinket. Buy a trinket from the Eiffel Tower. Oh, God. Try to challenge yourself for once. Anyway, they agreed not to go out because he's kind of a D-bag.
Yeah.
And then she said something at the end that I can't repeat on the radio.
Oh, I love her.
But she told him that he should service himself in a certain way. And I feel like he probably is thinking about that now. Like, I bet you I could. I don't need a woman. I should probably learn to do that anyway.
Isn't every
because I
man-
know almost everything else.
Isn't every man thinking that right now?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, wait a minute.
Well, hold on a second. I gave me a good idea. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5.
Looking for the perfect birthday or anniversary gift or a special date night? Well, then you need Zodart, Seattle's only exotic car rental company. Visit Zodart.com to book an exotic special car for that very special day.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Where are some of the sexiest places to meet people? There's always the circus,
What? What
the
are you
city
talking about?
dump, and of course, an elevator.
Oh.
We got the elevator music just blasting. You guys are looking at each other, and that's when you seize the moment and hit the emergency stop button.
Yeah.
And look at them and go, we're not going anywhere until love shows up. And then you just wait it out, and either you guys connect or the firefighters show up and get you out of there, and you probably have to face some legal action. But that's where Eileen met the guy that she wants to call today on the elevator of love. What's up, Eileen?
You know, elevators are kind of sexy, by the way.
Aren't they?
I agree.
There's mirrors on the ceiling, so technically if you look up, you can see down.
Yeah.
I have a lot of fantasies that involve elevators.
I think a lot of people do.
Yeah, for real, man.
So, congratulations to you, Eileen. You fulfilled a lot of people's fantasy. How did you meet this dude on the elevator?
Well, come to find out, we were on the slowest elevator ever, where every single floor someone was getting in and pushing a stupid button. And it was a lot of old people that just couldn't take the stairs, so it was hard to get mad.
Yeah.
But Paul, looked at me and he's like, well, I guess I should just get out my laptop and do my work from here.
Okay.
So he's a jokester. You guys shared a little joke together.
Yes, he was a little snarky, and it's not often that you meet snarky people in a business setting, and it was nice.
So this is an elevator in your office building.
Yeah, exactly.
And had you ever run into this guy before?
No, I mean, I've seen him around a few times, but we had never, had a reason to talk.
Yeah. Yeah. So do you think he was hitting on you right away, or was he just trying to make small talk for boring purposes?
I mean, he was obviously very flirty, and we went on a date, so I'm assuming that was his attempt at hitting on me.
He could have not been hitting on you at all. Yeah, he's just like, how'd I end up on a date with this girl?
Yeah. Well, you could
So-
have asked him out. I don't know.
How'd you guys finally get around to going out? Did you ask for his number? Did he ask for your number?
He was just, elevator boldness all the way through. I mean, we had this time in the elevator to, kind of chit-chat, and he's like, listen, I'd love to have your number. And I was like, yeah, totally, why not?
What did you guys do when you went out?
Oh, we went to this super cute pizza place.
All right, and how was the super cute pizza?
It was super quiet. It was actually really uncomfortable. The food was delicious, but on a first date, we should have definitely just gone to a bar.
Really?
It was so quiet.
Was it an awkward first date then?
No, it was just so when you just want to be a little silly and cute and coy and sexy, and instead the family is sitting next to you quietly listening because they've run out of conversation.
People that can hear your first date combos.
Dude,
Yeah,
I
I
love
understand that
listening in on first
completely.
dates when I'm at a restaurant. I'm sorry, I'm that person that is totally oh my god, do you think that they're going to go out again? What do you think?
So was it a good date though?
Yeah, it was a great time. We had a blast. It just, mean, listen, he was super cute. He picked me up from my house, which I thought was very classy. And I'm a big fan of dental health. And he obviously flossed his teeth, which I think is super sexy. Like, really, like, there's something, it means he cares. He takes time out of his day to care about himself. And I just love that. And he has the most delicious laugh. Like, just sexy, caramely, masculine.
I feel like I'm attracted to him after a description like that. Like, let's get this guy on the phone.
Never heard of a laugh being described as caramely, but I like it.
So sexy.
So how did the date end?
Well, he drove me home. He said he had a great time, and I was like, why don't you come in and have a drink? You know, since we didn't really get a chance to, like, talk. He was super into it, so we came in, we had a glass of wine, and then he kind of bailed. That was the one thing that was a little weird.
Wait,
like,
how quickly did he bail once he got to your place?
I guess it was like, I don't know, however long it took to drink a glass of wine. Like, he didn't stay for a second glass of wine.
Okay, that's not very long. And were you expecting him to stay the night?
No. I made it, like, once we got inside, I literally toasted him with, here's to first dates, not first hookups.
All right, so you made it very clear that you were not going to mess around that night.
No, I'm a classy lady.
Do you think that's why he bailed, though? Maybe he had different expectations?
That's like my nightmare. I hope not, because I really felt like we had a fun time and we connected, and I just hope he's not a sleazeball that just, like, bails if he doesn't get hooked up with.
Any other reason beside that you think he's not calling you back?
I don't know. I mean, I know I can be a little aggressive, like, you know, that can kind of be a turnoff for people.
You didn't shout at him on your date, did you?
Like, shout at him for real?
Yeah, like you didn't yell at him.
I don't think she'd been aggressive like that.
I mean, I definitely took the last slice of pizza.
Oh, no, you said aggressive. I'm just making sure you didn't get, like, yell at him in the pizza place or yell at him at your house or get just kind of aggro on the dude.
I don't know. God, now I have to think about that.
Now there's a whole new thing to think about. All right, well.
Oh, no.
Hang on. We'll play a song, come back, call him, and get your second date update, all right?
All right, awesome.
Okay, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Right in the middle of a second date update, I'm personally still confused what a caramely laugh sounds like. Eileen is on the phone with us. She described the guy that she wants to call today as having very good hygiene because she could tell that he flosses. She liked that about him. She said he was quick-witted, funny, and had a caramely laugh, which I'm thinking probably sounds like this. Is that right? Is that right,
Have you ever eaten caramel before? Do you even know what caramel is?
Apparently
That's what I would describe as a caramely laugh.
Okay, so the person laughing in the background is not a caramely laugh.
That's not a caramely laugh either?
Yeah,
All right,
there it is.
Neither of us have caramely laughs.
No.
Like this, like it was like confidence, like a deep-seated confidence, like ha 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 ha.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You mean, all right, so it was like,
Yeah, I went on a date with Cookie Monster. Yeah, good job.
Smooth and sexy right
okay,
there.
we're about to call him right now. His name is Paul, and Eileen thinks that he might not be calling back because when they got back to her place, they were having a glass of wine, and she cheersed him and said, hey, here's to not hooking up tonight, just letting him know that he's not going to get any. And he left shortly after that. She's hoping that that's not the case because she'd like to see him again, but that's the only reason you can think of.
Other than the fact that I'm a little aggressive, and I might have like asked him to laugh on cue at one point.
Would you like him just like laugh again for me? Oh my god.
Oh God, it's so sexy.
All right, well, I can't wait to hear his caramely laugh. I'm going to dial his phone number right now and see if we can find out why he's not calling you back, okay?
Thank you.
Hello?
Hi, is Paul there?
This is he.
Hey, what's up, Paul? How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Okay. Sorry, who is this?
My name is Jubal, and I host a radio show called Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Hi. How can I help you?
Well, I'm calling you today because one of our listeners actually sent us an email about you.
What?
It was about your laugh and how sexy it is. A lot of it was about your laugh.
Okay. Thanks for calling. I'm not really interested in, like, just one of those prank call shows. It's
No,
very funny.
this is
I
not-
wish- Like, I'm not very interested.
Now, Paul, I promise this is not a prank phone call. They really did compliment your laugh in the email. It's actually from a girl that you went on a date with. Her name is Eileen.
All right. Yeah.
And Eileen sent us an email about you because she really enjoyed the time that you spent together, but now you're not calling her back after your date. So she wanted us to get you on the phone and find out what went wrong.
Oh boy, seems like an odd way to do this. I don't really see how that's any of your business.
Well, I mean, I guess technically it's not really, but Eileen sort of made it our business because she asked us to call you. She just wants to know why you won't go out with her again. Can you give us anything?
It's because she's not a good person.
What?
We talked to her and she sounded like a great person.
Well, you know, I went on a date with her, and I'm sorry, I don't see myself having a future with someone who's a murderer.
Wow, you went from bad person to murderer.
Whoa, murderer?
Look, you called me. What do you want?
I just would love to know how you figured out that Eileen is a murderer.
Who did she kill?
That's a big claim.
Did you see her on like America's Most Wanted or something?
Look, you know, she's very engaging and charming. We went out, we had a good dinner, we went back to her place. She invited me in. I don't normally say yes on the first date, but I was having a great time.
Yeah.
And then we went into her place, and she had a stuffed goose on the wall.
What? I thought you were going to say like there was a dead body in the freezer or something.
There was a dead body hanging on the wall. And I asked her about it, and she told me she's a hunter, all right? And she went hunting, found that thing, hunted it down, tracked it down, killed it in cold blood. And it's not funny.
I'm sorry. It just
there were.
Well, you can see how. I mean, it kind of sounds that way because you called her a murderer, and then you're telling us because
she is a murderer. Okay, animal lives mean a lot to me.
But there's a lot of people that hunt for food and for recreation.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who hunt, and fine, that's their life. They can live that way if they want to. I'm not going to be involved with someone who does, and I'm certainly not going to be involved with someone who hunts just to put them up on their wall like trophies. She had a boar's head in there. There were ducks, like being in a horror movie, okay? I have no interest in dating a butcher, all right? I have no interest in dating a murderer. You can laugh all you want. Animals are lives, too, and she's a murderer. You take a life, no matter what, you're a murderer. You can tell her that. You can tell her that's why we're not having a second date.
All right, well, you know what, Paul? I don't actually have to tell her that you think she's a murderer because she's on the line listening and probably would love to talk to you right now.
Are you freaking serious? You're calling me a murderer because I like to hunt?
Yeah, I am.
I just don't understand. You were at my house. Why didn't you say something then? You literally said, oh, cool.
I was being polite, okay? I was being polite because I wanted to leave as quickly as possible. I don't know, if you're going to kill one animal, maybe you'll kill another one.
So wait, Paul, you left because you were scared of her?
I left because I was disgusted that she would take a life, yeah.
I mean, honestly, it's not like I was killing like an elephant. It's a f***ing goose. They're vermin. Literally, you have to hunt them. Otherwise, they will cause problems like airplane crashes and car crashes. I'm doing everyone a favor. I'm saving tax dollars. You should be thanking me.
A lot of tough talk from someone who has to hang birds on their wall to feel good about themselves.
I don't hang birds on my wall to feel good about myself. I do it because I love natural history and I love the idea of being proud of what I can do in my culture and my past. It's way more
You
beautiful
love
than just
natural history so much that you're just going to go out and kill it? That makes a lot of sense.
I just think it's disgusting that you would criticize and judge me based on something that brings me so much joy and happiness. My father took me hunting. It's a part of my happiest memories. Every time I look at the boar on the wall, I think about how great my childhood was. You know, probably how you feel about, like, I don't know, douching yourself or something.
I can't handle that.
That was the kind of discourse I expect from a murderer.
Oh my God.
Because you are a murderer. I stood in your living room. I saw the bodies of defenseless animals staring at me. Have you ever made eye contact with these animals? I'm sure you haven't. You think you have, but you haven't. You haven't looked into their souls and seen the pain on their faces when their lives were taken by some woman with daddy issues who went out to go hunt just to feel good about herself.
Are you kidding me? Grow some dude. Like, have you ever even held a gun? Do you even know what you're talking about, or are you just speaking out of your ass?
I'll tell you, it takes a lot more to save a life rather than take a life, okay? You ever think about it when you stick a gun in those animals' faces, that they have families, that they're just like people? They have lives that you're destroying just so you can have some decorations in your living room?
Oh my God, Paul, thank you so much. You've made it so clear for me. I really get it now. Yeah, because last time I saw a f***ing goose build a skyscraper like a human did, or the last time I saw a goose like solve a math problem like a human did. Yeah, they're just like humans. The next one I see, I'll nickname it Paul, and I'll remember that it has a soul before I kill it.
Hey, that leads me to my question. Paul, would you like to go out on a second date with Eileen? We will pay
I do
for
not
it.
want to go on a second date with him.
Well, I know. I just thought I'd ask him.
You sure made a lot of phone calls trying to get a hold of me if you don't want to go on a second date with me. A lot of that.
Yeah, and leave it to a p***y like you to not even respond. I should have known. Only a little girl wouldn't respond. A real
You
man
need
would
to
have been
kill
like,
animals to
nah,
feel
bitch.
good about yourself, and you need to get a radio station to find you a man. Wonderful. You're a real tough hero.
Whatever. Enjoy your f***ing easy bake oven, you little bitch.
Oh my God.
Paul, thank you for your time. Are you still there?
Oh my
Eileen,
God.
I think you scared him off.
Oh, you guys, this is so... I'm so mad. Like, I wasted wine on that idiot.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Wow. So many thirsty dudes wanting to take Eileen out. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning. I'm talking about the second date update. Eileen wanted to call Paul to find out why he wasn't calling her back. Well, it turns out Paul's not calling her back because she's a hunter and she kills animals and she's a murderer. He called her a murderer. But I say that all the thirsty dudes are texting in at 78592 because every single guy that's always like, I just want a guy's girl who would chug a beer with me and shoot a boar in the face with an arrow. Then she'll fart. She's the hottest. All those dudes are texting in right now being like, hook me up with Eileen. I want to go out with her. She's a hunter. She sounds awesome. I'll go kill animals with her.
We even got a text message that says I'm a straight woman, but I'd love to date her too.
We got a text in that says, give her my number. She wants a real man. I'm about to go to jail for 2 weeks.
No, Eileen doesn't want that
But we
either.
can go hunting when I get out.
What are you gonna hunt though?
I'll see if I can hook you up, all right? Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back. Probably the most important part of a first date is your first impression
Yeah.
and what you choose to do with it. I know for me, whenever I've gone out on dates, when I show up, I offer them to be blood buddies with me. Put a little slit on my finger and I ask them to do the same, and we shake hands. That way I know that I can trust them. And
Yeah.
most women run in fear, but the occasional one sticks around and we have a great date.
Okay.
And Kenny, who's on the phone for a second date update today, also made a very bold move when he was starting his date. I'll let him tell you about it. What's up, Kenny? How are you?
Hey, I'm doing okay, guys. How are you doing?
Not too bad. So did you swap blood with your first date?
It wasn't quite that intense.
Please just tell me there's no bodily fluids that were exchanged in the first meeting.
Well, I can't actually say that either.
Yeah. Why don't you tell, before we get into your date, tell everybody how you started your date. I thought that was the most interesting part of your email.
Well, we had been talking online for a couple of weeks, so I felt like I knew her. I felt comfortable with her. And this was just the first time we were meeting in person. So when I saw her, I was just thrilled, and she looked so amazing. I went up to her and I just planted one right on her lips.
Wait, you kissed her as the like you hadn't exchanged words person to
But
person?
they didn't say hi. Yeah, I just went. I was feeling bold, and I went for it.
Was it reciprocated or were you socked in the face?
She was a little surprised. Maybe I caught her off guard a little, but she was into it.
Okay.
Well, it wasn't like you had never talked, I guess. I mean,
Right. Yeah. I mean, we had a great rapport over the past couple of weeks. So
Yeah, Kenny, you are a sly dog.
sometimes you got to go for it.
yeah, sometimes you just got to do it. So how did the rest of the date go then?
The rest of the date was good. It was a little awkward when we first sat down. She kept bringing up the fact that I just kissed her right away. But
That's all I can think about. I'd be like, oh my God, what did you just do?
yeah, but I mean, I explained to her why I kissed her. She looked amazing. It was like, in the movies when like time stops. She just looked so gorgeous. I couldn't help myself, and I told her that, and she seemed flattered by that. So it was good.
Okay, good. Yeah, because that could go one of two ways.
Yeah.
And the other way, you definitely would not be continuing your date, so she must have liked it to actually sit down and have a meal with you.
Right, yeah, you know, hit a home run or a strikeout kind of move, so.
And I guess, I mean, you got that piece out of the way, so I assume once you got past the first awkwardness, things were more relaxed?
Yeah, I think so. And we just talked, you know, it was great. We talked for like an hour and a half, and we got into things like our family and like what our goals are in our careers and in our lives, well beyond the initial small talk type stuff. We had a great conversation. I had a great time.
If it was so great, then why do you think she doesn't want to go out with you?
Yeah, that is a good question. Maybe the kiss was a little too much. And also, the date kind of had a weird ending to it.
It did? It wasn't like make-out central?
No, it wasn't rom-com quality.
No?
Oh.
So what was weird about the ending?
Well, so I walked her out to her car, like, as you do, and I thought we had a great time. I was feeling good, feeling confident, and so I went in for another kiss to, you know, bookend it.
Start with the kiss, end with the kiss. Like,
And you probably weren't even nervous to go in for the second kiss because you had already kissed.
Yeah, we already done it once, you know, had some practice. So I went in, and it was like the thing you don't want to happen as a guy happened. She literally put her hand over my face as I went in, and she just full-on denied me.
wow.
To the point to where I thought it was a joke. I like laughed it off. I was like, oh, that's cute. I was, you know, we were still flirting. So I went back in for the kiss, and she did it again.
She's like, no, I am serious. Get your face out of my face. I'm not interested.
So, Kenny, I think you may have read a lot of this situation wrong if that happened at the end.
Yeah.
Did she say anything to you?
She was just like, I think we already got the make-out portion of the date over with.
Kenny,
Man.
is there a chance that you're not a very good kisser?
I'm asking myself a lot of tough questions right now.
I'm just saying, like, if she was into it at the beginning and then said that at the end.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I was a little out of practice, sure. Maybe it was a bad kiss. Maybe it was too much too soon.
Yeah.
And how many times have you tried to call her since then?
Man, it's an embarrassing amount of times.
Oh, Kenny,
Really?
Give us the honest answer.
I mean, the day after, I probably called her 3 times.
Whoa.
That's a lot.
On one day?
I know. It's driving me crazy. To the point where I texted her like 4 or 5 times as well, being like, what's going on?
You got 3 phone calls and 4 or 5 text messages.
And Facebook message.
Oh, no.
Kenny, aggressive, man. And now you're calling us. Are you sure you want to do this? I mean, I think that she doesn't want to talk to you.
Yeah, but I really like her. Like, it just felt so natural, and I felt so comfortable with her. Like, I really want to make this work. I really think I really care about this girl. I can't get my mind off of it, or off of her.
Okay. Well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, all right?
All right. Thank you, guys.
Hold on. Don't go kiss anybody while we're doing this. We'll be right back. You know, I can honestly say I'm a little jealous right now. Yep. Kenny is on the phone to do a second date update. He went out with a girl named Dana, and now she's not calling him back. But he started his date with Dana by just kissing her. They had been chatting online for a while. He showed up as soon as he saw her. He went in for the kiss because he knew it would be okay because they were both very flirty. She was surprised, but she liked it. But Kenny and I have talked for a while now. Why have we not kissed yet? That's how you do it, right?
We're still establishing trust.
I trust you. Kiss me real quick, Kenny. Come on. Just a little bit. Ready? I'll go first. Are you going to join me, Kenny?
It's tempting.
Is it, though? Is it really tempting,
All right.
Kenny?
Kenny, it does suck to get shut down. I know how you feel now since you got shut down at the end of your date by her. It sucks, man.
Yeah, thanks for your empathy.
No problem. If you're just joining us, Kenny did do that. He kissed his date right away. And then at the end of the date, after they had dinner, he thought everything was going well, but he went in for a kiss. She stopped him and said something like, hey, we got the make-out session over with already, no making out. He thought she was joking, tried to go back in. She put her hand over his mouth and said no. And he has not heard from her since. He tried to call her and text her and even Facebook message her a bunch, but hasn't heard a word. So we're going to call her right now. You ready, Kenny?
Let's do it.
Here we go.
Hello.
Can I speak to Dana, please?
Hi, this is her.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I'm sorry. Who is this?
This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
I'm sorry. From Broken what?
No, Brooke
It is
and
broken.
Jubal. Brooke and Jubal. It's a
Yeah.
radio show.
Okay. Why are you calling me from a radio show?
Well, I'm calling you because we got an email about you from one of our listeners.
An email?
Yeah, it's from a guy that you went out on a date with.
What? I'm sorry. I don't understand what's going on.
I know, you're not supposed to yet. I'll explain. So I host a radio show called Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, okay?
Okay.
And we do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. That's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then don't call them after, they email us to see if we can get you on the phone and ask what happened.
Okay.
So you went out on a date with a guy named Kenny.
Oh my God.
And I know that Kenny has tried to call you a bunch and sent you a bunch of text messages, and he also said he tried to Facebook you, but you haven't responded. So he enlisted our help to see if we could figure out what went wrong on the date.
Look, I really don't feel comfortable talking about my personal life on the air.
Okay, well, do you feel comfortable just telling us about Kenny? You don't have to go into too many details. Did you like him?
I mean, I definitely haven't not called him back, and I don't plan on it. Does that answer your question?
We understand that you don't like him now, but did you like him at any point during your date?
No, not really.
Oh, yeah. I knew he read that whole thing wrong.
Was it because he kissed you as soon as you guys met in person?
How do you know that?
Well, we talked to Kenny.
You talked to Kenny?
Yeah, he sent us an email saying he really liked you and you're not calling him back. So we had a conversation with him, asked him his side of the story, and then we wanted to find out yours. Was the kiss too much at the beginning?
I mean, wouldn't it be weird to you to kind of have someone try to stick their tongue down your throat in a waiting area?
Not for me, no. Happens
of course not.
all the time. But again, that's my curse, and I wear it, and I embrace it. It would be strange.
Was he really that aggressive with the kiss? It wasn't just like a peck on the lips?
No, it was like full on. He grabbed me behind the neck and tried to go for a full on makeout session, and I was kind of freaking out because it was inappropriate. I mean, there were kids around and everything. I was just really uncomfortable.
He said that you kissed him back, though. Did you, or no?
I mean, I honestly didn't really even know what to do. I mean, this was the first time I'd ever met the guy, and here, within the first 10 seconds, he's already trying to make out with me.
God, I would have pushed him.
I thought about that, but I don't know. I didn't know what to do at the time.
He said that you guys continued, though, and went to dinner, and you seemed like you were enjoying yourself. Was that just an act, then?
Well, once we sat down to dinner, he explained, the reason why he kissed me right away was that he thought I was so beautiful, and I guess I thought it was kind of sweet, so I decided to, give him a chance, at least for the rest of dinner.
Okay, so you're giving him a second shot. Like, he was a little overeager, obviously.
Yeah, and so I guess I kind of forgave him.
Okay, and so did dinner not go as well as he thinks?
It started out okay. The conversation was okay at the beginning, and then there was this family next to us with this little baby, and he's like, hey, check out that baby. The baby's staring at us. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, as they do.
Babies, I know.
Yeah.
They're always, staring, and it's really rude.
Yeah.
They don't get uncomfortable. It's really strange.
Yeah, so then the baby was staring at us, nonstop, which, I thought was kind of cute, because that's what babies do. They stare around, and they look at things. But then he goes, watch this. And I'm thinking, oh my God, what is he going to do? He's already tried to shove his tongue down my throat in the middle of the restaurant. So he flips the baby the bird.
What?
Wow.
Did you just say he
flipped the baby off?
He flipped the baby off?
Yes.
Why did he flip the baby off?
I don't know.
And that is awful.
Did the parents see him flip their baby off?
No, thank God, no, but I was freaking out. I was like, oh my God, is this person crazy? What is wrong with him?
And flipping the bird is so aggressive, too.
Yeah, and he was laughing, oh my God, haha, this is so funny. The baby has no idea. I didn't know what to do. Do I get up and leave? Do I sit and stay? I was horrified. Honestly, I was a little bit angry and a little bit scared. Like, what did I get myself into?
Yeah.
What do I do now?
He just told the baby to F off. What is this guy's limit?
I did not tell the baby to F off, okay?
What?
I just gave the baby the finger. Well, that's hilarious.
That's the same thing!
What?
Hey, Dana, that's Kenny. Yeah, Kenny was on the other line listening and wants to talk to you. And now I guess he feels like he needs to defend himself.
I'm sorry.
Calm down, people. Just give me a chance, okay? You're making way too big of a deal out of this. I flipped the baby off. That's a joke. Do you not have a sense of humor? That's hilarious.
It's not funny.
Offensive.
What's the worst that could happen? Like, it's not like this baby's gonna subconsciously remember that it got flipped off at a restaurant when it was a baby.
What if the parents saw you? And then what? And you're gonna have some dad kicking your butt in the restaurant?
No, they would probably laugh. I think that's hilarious if someone flipped off my baby.
What? Where do you hang out?
What?
I hope you never have children. What are you gonna do, flip off your own kids?
The baby smiled. He thought it was funny.
Well, I don't think Dana thought it was as funny as you did, Kenny.
And that was the first date. I can't believe you would even do something. You don't even know my sense of humor, or me for that matter, so why would you even take the chance?
Oh my God. Honestly, I've never met a single person in my entire life that didn't think flipping off a baby is funny. It's funny.
In your whole life.
You're hanging out with, but you're crazy.
So wait, Kenny, are you going around flipping off lots of babies then? You're putting this to the trial is what it sounds like.
Well, only the ones that are asking for it.
Only the ones if you're staring too long, you're getting flipped off in Kenny's book.
No babies asking for it, Kenny.
It was a joke, Dana. I was trying to make you laugh. That's it.
Well, flipping off babies is not the way to make me laugh. And honestly, I don't think there's one person in the world who would find that more offensive than I would.
Oh, no. Dana, did you get flipped off as a baby and you're scarred because of it or something? Like,
Excuse me?
How are you so sensitive to this?
Honestly, out of all of you, do any of you think this is funny?
No. No, you boys, no.
It's
not
situational
funny,
for me.
dude.
Situational. Situational. First date, probably not funny to flip off a baby, but I guarantee you there are some moments where it is funny. Depends on the situation.
Don't fail on me.
I'm not bailing on you, Kenny.
You're on my side.
I'm there with you. I just don't think it was the right situation for it. Hey, Dana, would you like to go out with Kenny again on a second date? We will pay for it.
Absolutely not. I'm sorry, Kenny, but flipping the baby was one too many babies.
Oh my God.
Seriously.
Grow up.
Wait, she's the one that needs to grow up and you're the one flipping off small children.
I'm not flipping off small children, just babies.
All right. Well,
Oh my God.
Dana, thank you for your time. I appreciate you telling us why you didn't enjoy your date with Kenny.
Oh my goodness. Good luck, Kenny. Bye.
And Kenny, now you know there's a time and a place for flipping off a baby, and a first date is not it.
Yeah, apparently you can kiss a stranger, but you can't flip off a baby in front of that stranger.
Oh, wow.
Need LASIK? Trust the experienced team at the LASIK Center at Evergreen Eye Center. No glasses, no contacts, no limits. What will you do? LASIK at evergreen.com. Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
I'm a little confused by the email that we got in for today's second date update. This guy named Rich is on the phone with us right now, and he emailed us saying that he wants to do a second date update on his girlfriend.
What? That's not how it works.
Rich, you know that a second date update is just like if you went on a date with somebody and they're not calling you back, not an actual relationship, right?
Yeah.
No, I know, but my girlfriend hasn't talked to me since our last date.
Okay.
So I thought it maybe qualifies.
Okay, sure.
One date doesn't make her your girlfriend, too. We also understand that, right, Rich?
This is your real girlfriend?
Yeah, she was my real girlfriend. We've been on more than one date.
Okay. Just want to make sure you're not that clingy type, Rich.
Why not try something new and do a second date update with someone's actual girlfriend?
Okay.
Tell us a little bit about your girlfriend.
Her name's Emily.
Okay.
We originally matched online. That's how we met each other. And we were like talking on our phones for like 3 weeks. And then the first time we went out, it was like a coffee date. It was like very quick, but you know, we really hit it off. And a couple days later, we went out again for a dinner date. And it was great. Like one of the best dates I've ever had.
Wait, so how long have you guys been dating now?
Well, how long have we been dating?
Yeah,
Like-
how long have you been boyfriend, girlfriend, I guess I should say?
So on our last date, we like had the talk, and we were like, yeah, we're going to be boyfriend girlfriend.
And then is that your third date you had that talk?
No, that was our second date where we had the talk.
Wait, what? You went to coffee and then you went to dinner and then suddenly you were in a relationship?
Yeah, right. But we had been talking for like weeks.
Okay.
Okay.
Dang, that
Cool.
just seems quick.
Well, why do you think your girlfriend isn't calling you back now? Did you do something terrible on your date?
No, I don't think so. For a second date, it was kind of a big deal for me, and I wanted it to go well. So I saw on her dating profile that she loved Ryan Gosling. So for the dinner date, I came to dinner with like a gift basket full of Ryan Gosling movies.
It's not a bad idea.
That's
you know, if she
cute.
likes Ryan Gosling, she's gonna be thinking about him the whole time while she's with you. But
Hey, that's fine.
Still
That'll
might.
make her fall harder, probably.
exactly.
Yeah, she loved it. She thought it was really funny. She thought it was sweet. And then after dinner, I asked her, I have a DVD player at my place. You want to go back and watch one of these Ryan Gosling movies? And yeah, we went back. We watched Crazy Stupid Love. We started making out a little bit, and then we made out for a while, and then we had the talk.
Like you stopped in the middle of your makeout session, and did she bring it up or did you bring it up?
I brought it up.
What did you say?
I was like, what are we? Are we like just making out? Are we like dating? Or
Okay, and what was her response?
I mean, it took a while, and we like went back and forth, but we decided to make it official.
What was the vibe when you decided that?
Passionate, I think. I think like.
I know, he just blushed. Did you hear that?
Wow.
I mean, I was obviously like nervous because it's a big conversation and like a big deal, but in the end, we decided to make it official.
Okay, good.
So is that the last time you talked to her?
Yeah, that's why I'm so perplexed, because like it went really well, and I've been texting her and like calling her, and I haven't heard back from her in like 8 days.
Whoa. Maybe she doesn't know how relationships work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's make it official.
Yeah.
Talk to you in a couple years.
Yeah, I don't know if we're like broken up or if she's like out of town maybe or something.
So she didn't break up with you. She just stopped talking.
Yeah, I haven't heard back from her. The last time we talked was on our date.
And prior to your second date, were you guys texting daily?
Yeah, totally.
Okay, so it's definitely a notable difference.
Yeah, and I mean, if I know Emily, she wouldn't do this. She's not this kind of girl.
Okay, after 2 dates, all right.
All right. Any idea what could have happened? I mean, I wonder if she's safe. Do you know that she's alive still?
Yeah, no, I know from Facebook. Like she's still around. She hasn't gotten back to me.
And you're sure you didn't freak her out and she was just agreeing with you to like not make it awkward?
I don't know, but I mean, she said she wanted to be my girlfriend.
All right.
You know?
Yeah, it's your girlfriend. You know her better than we do.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll play a song and then come back and call your girlfriend and find out why she's dodging you.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Yep, you're welcome. We'll do it right after this.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Well, this is definitely a first for the second date update, And here at Brooke and Jubal in the morning, we're always trying to break the mold.
Yeah.
So much so that now our segments aren't even about what they're supposed to be about at all. Because it's a second date update, but we're about to call Emily because Emily is Rich's girlfriend. They've been dating for a few weeks. I guess they've gone out twice, but they have had the talk like if they're boyfriend and girlfriend, and she said yes, and now she's not calling him back. Ever since the last time they hung out, she hasn't talked to him. So we're going to call her and see if we can figure out why. Rich, are you ready to call your lady?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Segment, where's my girlfriend?
Yeah.
I mean, you're pretty rational about all this, but if it is true that since she hasn't talked to you in 8 days, she's like trying to break up with you, how are you going to feel?
I mean, I feel like we can work through it, I feel like we have a real connection.
Okay, so this is more couples counseling than second date update, or maybe a mix of both here.
If that's what it has to be.
Okay.
All right. And, I think I'm the only person in this room that actually has done couples counseling. I tell you this right now, Rich.
Yeah, that's true.
Just be wrong. You're wrong every time. Okay? Just say sorry and you'll be good. Okay?
Sounds like couples counseling is really effective.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna dial her phone number right now and see if we can figure out why your girlfriend has stopped talking. Here we go. Hi, is this Emily?
Yes.
Hey, Emily, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
I'm sorry, who?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show.
Okay. How can I help you?
There's a small dog in the
Yeah, you got
background.
a dog or something back there?
No, I don't have a dog.
Oh, weird. It sounded like there was like some whining or somebody whistling for a dog or something. Anyway, that's not the reason we called you yet. I'm calling you today because somebody sent us an email about you.
Why would somebody send you an email about me?
Because we do a segment on our show. It's called the Second Date Update. That's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up blowing them off, they can email us to get you on the phone and ask what happened.
Are you serious?
Yeah, we got an email about you. What's that?
Who does that?
I don't know. Quite a few people.
Yeah,
But-
a lot.
Yeah, we have done a lot of these. And I guess this is a little different, though, because the guy that emailed us about you is your boyfriend, and he's wondering why you're not talking to him.
What? I'm sorry. I don't have a boyfriend.
Is that because you just broke up with somebody by stopping talking to them?
No, I'm not really sure what you guys talking about. Like, I don't recall having a boyfriend.
Okay, and now are you the type of person that remembers that type of thing?
I think I would.
Okay.
Like,
You
I
never
think that would be important in my life. Like, oh, by the way, I have a boyfriend, but no, I don't have one.
Maybe we're talking to the wrong person.
Maybe you are.
Maybe I dialed the phone number wrong. You know a guy, well, name's
Name's right.
Do you know a guy named Rich?
He's the guy that you guys are talking about?
Yeah. He says he's your boyfriend?
Are you guys serious?
Why
Yeah.
are you laughing? I thought he was your boyfriend.
Now we're confused.
Oh my gosh. Okay, no, he's totally not my boyfriend.
Okay, he totally thinks he's your boyfriend.
Yeah.
He might think a lot of things. That is not one of them at all.
So
How can you go out on a couple of dates and call somebody like boyfriend and girlfriend? That's like ridiculous.
I mean, I thought it was fast, but you know what? Some people do things differently than I do.
No, that's a little psychotic. That's a little out there.
Did you just call him psychotic?
Psychotic is kind of like some of the stuff he has been doing the past few days. Like, he's blowing up my phone, texting me.
Oh, no.
He sent me a Facebook request that we were in a relationship, and that was totally a joke. And then I go in my Instagram, and he's putting pictures of us. By the way, there's like 2 of them. But on the captions, he's putting me as his girlfriend.
And
Like, after 2 dates.
you don't sound like you're about that.
No. He's a really nice guy. Like, don't get me wrong. He's a really, really nice guy. But there is no reason for me to, like, be boyfriend and girlfriend with anyone after I just, like, made out with them one time.
he's also actually on the phone right now and wants to talk to you, so there is that too.
Are you serious?
Yep. Rich, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Emily, sweetheart, I don't get why you're saying all of this.
Okay. Rich, listen to me. You're really nice and you're really sweet, and I totally had a blast. But, honey, you can't blow up someone's phone after 2 dates. Like, you just can't do that. I'm sorry.
I mean, you can if you're in a relationship where I was worried about you.
Wait, hold up. Hold. What? Like, who's in a relationship with who here? I'm not in a relationship with you. I'm sorry.
We had to talk. We made it official.
What are you talking about? What talk?
Remember when we were done making out after the last time we went out, it was going great, and I asked you, is it okay if I call you my girlfriend now? And you said yes.
Oh my God. That's what you think the talk was? Like, are you serious right now?
Well, I mean, now I just feel like you're trying to make me feel stupid in front of everyone. So.
I would actually back Rich on that. That sounds like the talk to me. Like, can I call you my girlfriend? And you said yes.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I said sure, and I laughed. Like, okay, sure, whatever. But not like, yes, you are my boyfriend. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to make you sound stupid, but that's a little bit too much for me.
No, that's not how I remember it. It was like a special moment. We were connecting, you know? And now I just feel like I'm trying to communicate and I'm trying to make this relationship work. And you're just putting up walls.
Okay, listen. There is no, like, walls. Walls don't exist, Rich. They're not there because there's nothing there. Do you understand?
Yeah, I mean, I get that we're, like, having an argument right now. But I
think this is different than an argument.
Okay, Rich. It's weird after 2 dates that you text me that your parents want to meet me. Like, I'm sorry.
Love is crazy, you know?
Oh my God. Rich, do not drop the L-bomb right now, dude.
I went out 2 days with you. Like, I don't want to meet anyone's parents after 2 days. It's extra.
I mean, my parents knew each other for a month when they got engaged, and, like, Emily and I have known each other for more than a month now since we, like, matched.
There's no reason for you to meet your parents.
I mean, I'm glad we're communicating about it now, at least. I feel like if you don't want to meet my parents, then you should tell me that, you know?
No, Rich!
No,
Rich, no!
I think she's saying that she's not your girlfriend.
I think she's saying that she doesn't want anything to do with you at all.
Emily, is that really what you're saying, sweetheart?
Oh my God.
I kind of have been saying that this whole time. Like, me not texting you for a week should, like, give you that response.
Rich, you cannot be this naive.
But that's why I had the talk, you know, and we made it official. We did know.
I was laughing hysterically, Rich. Like, I was literally bending down, like, my stomach hurt. And I was like, okay, sure, whatever. Like, I thought you were seriously joking. Like, nobody ever has a boyfriend or girlfriend, a relationship, like you say, after 2 dates. We just made out once. Like,
I
honestly thought you were kidding.
You know, Emily, we can agree to disagree, but I know what happened.
Okay, listen, I'm sorry. I didn't want to mislead you, but this is way too much for me. This is way too freaky, and that I don't need that right now, okay? I'm sorry.
Yeah, you know, I totally get what you're saying. We're going too fast, and, like, I get that, you know? It's not time, and when the time is right, you'll meet them.
Oh my God. My gracious God. Like, oh my gosh. Like, we are not in a relationship. I'm not your girlfriend. Please stop texting me and calling me. I'm sorry.
You know what? I hear you, Emily. I hear you. And that's why I want to ask you if you'll go out on a second date with Rich. Both of us are hearing you loud and clear.
This is so
We will pay for a second date.
No, absolutely not.
Did she have to scream it? No, she doesn't want anything to do with him at all.
Wow. Emily, I can't believe you're saying this after all we've been through.
Dios mío, I just said we went out on 2 dates. What all we've been through. Like, you're a nice guy, but please just let it go, move on with your life, and just, you know, stop blowing up my phone. That would be nice. Don't blow up my phone. Listen, when you're going to text me, write it out and then delete it. And then you did it anyway.
Yeah, so that at least you can feel like you're saying it, Rich. Rich, obviously you're not getting a second date, and I hope now you understand that Emily is not your girlfriend.
Yeah, I mean, look, Emily, I know this has gotten weird, but I get that you're angry, and I won't reach out to you because I get that you don't want me to, but I'll be by the phone when you want to get back together.
Get back together.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592 says, I think that guy was on the wrong segment. He should have been on the loser line. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning talking about today's second date update. If you missed it, Rich wanted to call Emily. Emily is his girlfriend, and she wasn't calling him back. Or was she? We got her on the phone, and she said that she was just joking. He said that they actually did have the talk, because when we first started talking to her, like, okay, how's your girlfriend not calling you back? He said that they were making out after one of their dates, and then he said that they should be boyfriend and girlfriend, and she said yes. So he thought they had the talk. When we called her, she says that she was just joking, and she thought that he was trying to be funny. And so she's like, yeah, sure, whatever, we can be together. Haha, no, absolutely not. We've only been on like 2 dates. And then she was creeped out because he was trying to get her to meet his parents. And he tried making their status official on social media. So she was like, oh man, this guy does actually want to be my boyfriend, and it's way too early. We talked to both of them, and he still didn't get it. At the end of it, he said he was sure that they would work things out, because that's what healthy couples do.
I thought it was just a little dumb, but I think it turns out he's just a little scary.
Yeah.
That was frightening.
Yep.
He's Really
Well,
clingy.
hopefully they
Yeah.
can figure it out. You know, those two crazy lovebirds.
Yeah,
just
because he'll be out in the bush outside her home.
their
soon.
first little tiff. You know,
Wow.
just a little fight.
So gross.
Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Move at 92.5.